In the year 203 AD, two young women stood at the center of a story that would echo through the ages. Their names? Perpetua and Felicity. Their crime? Being Christian in Romang, North Africa. But this isn't just another tale of martyrdom. Oh no, my friends. This is a story of defiance, of unwavering faith, and of a diary that will become one of the earliest Christian writings we have. Buckle up, because we're about to dive into a history that's wilder than you might expect. Picture this: Carthage, a bustling city in what's now Tunisia. The Roman Empire is at its peak, and being a Christian? Well, that's a one-way ticket to trouble. Enter Perpetua, a 22-year-old noblewoman with a newborn baby, and Felicity, her pregnant slave. They're arrested along with a handful of other Christians, and that's where our story really kicks off. Now, you might be thinking, great, another dry history lesson. But hold on to your togas, folks, because this is where it gets interesting. Perpetua kept a diary during her imprisonment. Yeah, you heard that right. We've got a first-hand account from a woman who lived nearly 2 millennia ago. It's like finding a Roman-era vlog, minus the selfies and sponsorship deals. In her diary, Perpetua describes visions she had while in prison. One of them involves climbing a dangerous ladder to heaven, stepping on the head of a dragon along the way. If that doesn't sound like the plot of an epic video game, I don't know what does. But for Perpetua, these visions were a source of strength and comfort in the face of certain death. Meanwhile, Felicity was dealing with her own set of challenges. She was 8 months pregnant when arrested, and Roman law forbade the execution of pregnant women. Talk about a ticking clock. But just days before the scheduled execution, Felicity gave birth to a daughter. Problem solved, right? Well, not if you're a Roman official dead set on making examples out of these Christians. Now, let's talk about that execution. The arena was packed, the crowd was bloodthirsty, and our heroines, they walked in like they owned the place. The historical account describes them as joyful of countenance. That's right, they were smiling. In the face of wild beasts and gladiators, these women showed a level of courage that would make even the toughest action movie hero look like a wimp. But here's where it gets really wild. When the first attack from a wild heifer left him injured but alive, Perpetua is said to have helped fix Felicity's disheveled hair. Because even in the face of death, a girl's gotta look her best, right? It's a moment of humanity that cuts through the centuries, reminding us that these weren't just figures in a history book, but real people with real fears and real courage. The execution didn't go as smoothly as the Romans had hoped. The wild beasts didn't finish the job, so gladiators were sent in to finish off the condemned with swords. Perpetua, in a final act of defiance, is said to have guided the gladiator's shaky hand to her throat. Talk about taking control of your own destiny. Now, you might be wondering why this story matters. Well, let me tell you, it's not just about two women dying for their faith. It's about the power of the written word to preserve history. Perpetua's diary gives us a rare glimpse into the mind of a young woman facing death in ancient times. It's a testament to human resilience, to the strength of conviction, and to the enduring power of storytelling. But wait, there's more. The impact of Perpetua and Felicity's story didn't end with their deaths. They became revered as saints in the Christian tradition. With their feast days celebrated on March 7th, their story has inspired countless works of art, literature, and even modern scholarship. Not bad for two women who lived in a time when most people's stories were lost to history, huh? Let's take a moment to appreciate the historical context here. This was a time when the Roman Empire was still the dominant force in the Mediterranean world. Christianity was a relatively new and definitely not popular religion. Being a Christian could get you anything from social ostracism to a one-way ticket to the arena. And yet, here were these women, standing firm in their beliefs, even in the face of certain death. But it's not just about religion. This story gives us insight into the social structures of the time. Perpetua was a noblewoman, educated and literate in a time when that was rare for women. Felicity was a slave, yet the two faced death together as equals. It's a snapshot of a society in flux, where old hierarchies were being challenged by new beliefs. And let's not forget the significance of Perpetua's diary itself. In a world where most historical accounts were written by men, usually long after the events they described, this is a rare example of a woman's voice reaching us directly from the ancient world. It's like finding a time capsule, giving us unfiltered access to the thoughts and feelings of someone living through extraordinary times. But here's the kicker. This story isn't just ancient history. It resonates with themes that are still relevant today. Questions of faith, of standing up for your beliefs, of facing adversity with courage. These are issues that people still grapple with. The story of Perpetua and Felicity reminds us that throughout history, ordinary people have faced extraordinary challenges with remarkable courage. So, what can we learn from this tale of two martyrs? Well, for one, it shows us the power of conviction. Whether you're religious or not, there's something admirable about people who stand firm in their beliefs, even when it costs them everything. It's a reminder that courage comes in many forms, and that sometimes the bravest acts are those of quiet defiance. Secondly, it highlights the importance of preserving our stories. Without Perpetua's diary, this would be just another tale of martyrdom. But because she took the time to write down her experiences, we have a window into a world that would otherwise be lost to us. It's a powerful argument for the importance of recording our own stories, of preserving our voices for future generations. And finally, it's a testament to the enduring power of friendship and solidarity. Perpetua and Felicity came from different social classes, but in their final moments, they stood together as equals. It's a powerful reminder that in times of crisis, the bonds we form with others can give us strength we never knew we had. As we wrap up this journey through time, let's take a moment to reflect on the legacy of Perpetua and Felicity. Their story has survived for nearly 2 millennia, inspiring countless people along the way. It's a reminder that our actions, our words, our courage in the face of adversity, these things can echo through time in ways we can't even imagine. So the next time you're facing a challenge that seems insurmountable, remember Perpetua and Felicity. Remember their courage, their conviction, and the power of their story. Because who knows? Maybe 2,000 years from now, someone might be telling your story, marveling at your bravery in the face of adversity. And there you have it, folks. A tale of two martyrs that stood the test of time, proving once again that history is anything but boring. This has been a journey through time, brought to you by, well, me. If you enjoyed this dive into the past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Because trust me, history is full of stories just waiting to be told, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Stay curious, my friends.